Guys, thank you for joining me once again. It's your guy, Relationship Talk Podcast, and this is Joseph Oshoma Segbe. I'm glad to have you today, and as I promised you, I will always bring you the best. Relationship is one of the sweetest things that can happen to anyone, and there are diverse, experiences that happen in relationship. And so we always try our best to make sure that you get the best in whatever angle your relationship is coming from, whatever challenges. I know most of you have watched our last edition. If you haven't, please go and watch. But today, we have a unique meeting, and I'm believing God that this will touch you. I have my I call them my celebrity couple because I can't do a day without watching their video online. So I'm happy to have them in the house today. You don't know how happy I am, and I'm not going to forget this in a long while. So I have my celebrity couple. I call them my friends also. They are someone I've loved to see. I've seen them from far, and I've also experienced them from close. And so I have my friend. I would like them to speak to you, to introduce themselves, because I may not give you the best of the introduction. I would mess up because I'm really, really, really happy here. So, sir, you're welcome. Ma, you're welcome. I appreciate
Thank you.
Can we get an introduction from you, Renee?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, let's get you first.
Victor, Yamuso,
Okay.
Babatunde. I'm from Osun State, Iwo local government in Nigeria, and this is my beautiful fiancée.
I think you are nervous, Abby.
I am too. That's why I do what.
I think I am.
Yeah, my name is Renee Chu. I'm Korean, married to a Yoruba village boy.
Why? Why say that?
And we are both baby.
Yeah.
Sweetie, I'm the sweetie.
She's my sweetie and I'm the baby.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
We are
great.
both
That's
baby,
how
yes,
the
sweetie.
Instagram.
Thank you so much for having us today
So
to
glad.
this Teachers Friends TV.
Yeah.
We hope we will be able to provide something useful.
Yeah,
All right.
we'll do
So-
our best too.
All right. Thank you very much. I'm happy, and thank you for the introduction. And also to anchor this recording, I have my wife in the house. As you all know, Mabel, you're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you very much for having
So-
me. Thank you so much
Thank
for coming.
you.
So you see, today is going to be unique. I'm going to delve into their personal life. Some of the questions you guys have been asking. Some of you are following them online, and so even if you haven't, please go and follow them on Instagram. You see more, very entertaining, very educative. There's a lot of outing they've had that I've had to watch, and that gives me a sense of belonging, to love my country the more. She's someone that projects Nigeria in the way most of us have never. And those are part of the questions I'm going to be asking her today. So, Rennie, should I start from you?
Yes.
How do you love Nigeria?
How?
Mm.
Nigeria. I have mixed feelings about Nigeria.
Okay.
So when I first came, it was a lot of struggle. Even from the airports, I suffered.
Oh.
I wanted to go back.
Who are the people that made you suffer? Let's get them
These
arrested.
airport
Yeah,
officials.
Oh, normal. We've heard
Yes.
so much about them. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But then, as much as those people that I met, the first people that I met disappointed me and almost exhausted me.
Okay.
But then the people that I later got to know, especially my colleagues
Okay.
and other friends,
Okay.
they just made me change my perception about Nigeria.
Okay.
And then I see Nigeria, despite all these struggles and a lot of hardships in this country, but then they still smile and
Yeah.
shake bum bum. So, yeah. That's why I love
appreciate
Nigeria.
that. Now, Brother Victor, you see, I would like to ask you a question. How did you come about, Renee?
Actually,
I've watched some videos,
Yeah, it's
quite
actually
alright.
a long
Talking about
story.
October
Yeah.
1st.
You've watched it too, yeah. So let me hear.
So, I believe everything is God's plan.
Okay.
Yeah, because before I met her, I've been in relationship and it's not working, and so during this period when I decide to be myself and find myself, to discover myself more, then this beautiful woman came through my way.
Oh,
So I thank God I have had this experience to be able to realize discover myself also,
okay.
because when we met, it was something that is almost not impossible.
Okay.
But because of the experiences that I have, so we are able to get along. And yeah, it was not really rosy at first. It was like Shakara, according to her name, Renee Shakara, she did a lot of Shakara and
Is that name intentional?
Oh no, somebody told me don't do shakara. I didn't know the meaning. I thought
Okay.
shakara means confidence.
Okay.
So I named myself Renee Shakara, not knowing the meaning, the true meaning. But then I figured out I'm actually good at shakara.
That's a video. Do you have any question you want to ask?
The thing I want to ask is you're meeting each other, the cultural differences, your family, you coming to Nigeria to say you fall in love with one Nigerian guy. How is your family taking that?
Oh, at first there was a lot of disagreements
Okay.
because even when I was coming to Nigeria, my sister especially was so refusing the idea just because of the media coverage of Nigeria. It's a very dangerous place.
Negative
you can,
information.
you can even easily get kidnapped and disappear one day. So they were all against. So when I said I have a Nigerian boyfriend, they were not happy.
Really?
But I think through time we managed to persuade them
Okay.
because in one day we couldn't, because with words we cannot really change what they think about us. But by creating all these contents, we didn't really have to speak for ourselves. The contents spoke for us. That was actually one advantage we get as content creator.
Oh.
Yeah, so they see, and also our contents are not like fake. We try to be as authentic and original as we can be. So they see the person he is, and I think so they are slowly opening their mind. And I'm very sure when they see him later this year or next year, they will love him. Yeah, I'm very sure.
That's a
Yeah.
great one.
Okay, Brother Victor, have you taken that to your people?
yeah.
How did they take that?
Yeah, actually, my parents welcome her very well. We even spent like 2 weeks with my parents, and last year, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it was last year. Yeah.
I visited
And she was
Nigeria, and when I first came here,
Yeah.
it was Banana Island I was living because
Oh.
I was working for the Korean company. They paid
Yeah.
for everything.
Okay.
But then now I quit the job. I had nothing, so I
serious?
came here. Yeah, I quit the job and then I left, and I came just to see him in July last year.
Does your relationship has anything to do with you quitting the job?
No, I quit the job and I resigned first, and I
Okay.
had like 3 months left. That's when I met him.
Met him. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why I was doing a lot of shakara, because
Okay.
I had to go.
All right, I want to ask you a question. Now, you talked about your the negative picture created about Nigeria. In your sincerity, would you say those negative information, have you found any to be true?
Very wrong. Very wrong. But I also understand it because that's all we see. That's all we are exposed to. Like movies,
Yeah.
everything. Black people are dangerous. Black people are the illegal or crime makers. So when I first came here, it was actually not Nigeria, it was Ghana.
Okay.
And I spent there 2 weeks. And imagine I didn't step out of my hotel thinking,
Something would happen
yes,
to you.
yes, not knowing
There's a
Nigerian
lot
airport
of-
is worse.
Ah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
but,
the thing there is this: what I know about Nigerian airport, which I believe it's not totally the projection about the Nigerian people.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. You know, the only thing I see about Nigeria, we have a hustling spirit. We try to take advantage of every situation.
Yes.
I think that's what is happening right there at the airport.
And I understand it.
And you understand it
At that
exactly.
time, I found it very unreasonable.
Because
but
it's something you're not used to.
yes,
You've not
now
seen that. You can't.
if I were Nigerian, I would do the same.
Oh, because
I don't have bread tomorrow on my table. What can I do? And if there's Weibo coming and this person's $1 doesn't mean much,
Yeah.
but this can mean a whole meal for my family, I would do it.
All right, I want to ask you a question from the economical point of view. I'm sorry, I will come to you, sir. The economical point of view is this. Now, Korea is a developed nation. Nigeria is underdeveloped.
Yes.
Do you find that funny? How have you been able to? Because when you're living in a developed nation, there are facilities, there are infrastructures available for you. In Nigeria, you spend more money to survive every day. In Korea, it's not like that.
Yeah.
You spend less.
Yes.
You understand? You spend less. So what do you
Yes.
think?
In some cases, actually, it's funny because I actually spend more for data,
Yeah.
electricity.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. Yes. So, but then as much as there is developments, there is a drawback
Yeah.
because people are all disconnected. I always complain about it. If you enter a Korean subway, everyone is on their phone. They never even look at each other. They don't have time to look at each other. They are so busy, very competitive society. So I didn't feel comfortable in such place. I prefer noisy, chaotic, this, but then it's human. It's human.
Okay.
I feel more connected. I feel more like it's human interaction
Okay.
than digital, too much development, machine learning, all these things in my country. So I find this place more
Okay.
human. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has that affected you in any way, like you, Bra Victor? Has that affected, like, for example, having a partner that is coming from a developed nation? There's a mindset. How have you been able to change your mindset to fit into what she is?
Actually, I think quite a lot of time it usually came up in between us that she experienced that very disadvantaged part of Nigeria, and she feel like, oh, Korea, internet in Korea is very fast, but at one point she still feel like, oh, I don't want to. Korea society is so disconnected. So, and in regarding to your question, it has never affected me in any ways because I know it's something I'm going to experience eventually.
Okay.
And one thing she always tell me is, going to Korea, being in Korea, will understand how she feels in Nigeria, because sometimes when we are outside, people call her Oyinbo, Oyinbo, Chinko, Chinko. She doesn't like it.
Okay.
So sometimes I feel like, don't be angry because these people don't know more.
Exactly.
Then she will now refer to, if you are in Korea and they are doing the same thing to you, how would you feel? Like calling you black, monkey, or something that is not. So I think it's just balancing how you.
I want to ask that question again. Your mindset.
Yeah.
It takes a different mindset to be on this level
Yeah.
of relationship. It takes a different mindset.
Absolutely.
It's not actually easy. It's not easy. Really, you understand what I'm
I
saying?
very
It's
much
not
understand.
easy.
Yeah.
So it takes, I don't know how you've been able to do it to, re-engineer your mindset to accommodate this relationship. I want to know, what gave you that platform? Is this something you've thought about before? Is this something you've dreamt about before? Is this something you've believed, or maybe you had a dream, or you slept and you dreamt about it, or you're prepared for it? So I don't know, is it just that suddenly or something, okay, this is what I've been looking for?
Thing is, it's the same question I've been asking him forever because I
Okay.
don't understand, because he's so different.
Yeah.
He adapts so quickly. He
Exactly.
changes so quickly. He learns
Exactly.
so quickly. So I've always asked him, what made you the way you are?
I think
Yeah.
it will answer us here today.
Yes.
You and I. So
Yes.
Actually, for me, it's just because I have a open-minded.
Wow.
I'm very open-minded to learning. So, and I think the first day we met, our interaction together makes me feel like we just feel connected somehow, and we have interest in similar things.
But I
So,
didn't feel connected. at
yeah,
that
you didn't
time.
feel connected.
Or you first connected.
But me, I was even glued. I was glued together.
Okay.
So, yeah, we started like a friend on the first day.
All right.
Yes.
And so I just keep learning and adapting because I think she literally changed almost every way I live my life. Things that I accept to be norms, it is not norms to her. So I have to start adjusting to keep the balance. So
Okay.
yeah, it has been challenging actually.
Okay.
And-
Would you say your background helps you to quickly adapt? Because a
Yes.
natural,
Yeah.
average Nigerian man would
Wouldn't
not want to be
change.
controlled by a
Yeah,
woman.
so you are definitely actually right, because I grew up to know my dad as someone that is a man that do everything with my mom in the house.
Okay.
He literally does everything in the house.
Oh, that's what I'm trying to say.
Oh.
See, there's
There's something.
there's something somewhere.
Yeah.
You see,
Yes.
the thing I've known about marriage is it looks like what Pastor Godman.
Yes.
I have to relate to that
Yeah.
today. He said today, your background, your family background, has a way of influencing your decisions in marriage.
Yes.
Now, it takes a prepared mind. Most average Nigerians will want to take advantage of situations.
Yeah.
I know that. You understand? But you're not there. You are just like, it's as if you were prepared.
You're so natural.
You were natural.
Yes.
You were just as if something you were prepared for.
Yeah.
You were ready for it. And the way I see you, I'm still coming to some questions that will really
Yeah.
put you on. But this one, how did you kind of come about it and it became so easy for you? You were not struggling with it. You agree with me? It wasn't
Yes.
struggling with it at all.
Yeah.
I watch some of your videos where he
Yes.
comes back from work and, the way he talks, the way he relates with you. I look at this guy in Nigeria. Like, this guy, he has not told us the truth at all. What's going on, sir?
So yeah, actually, I think it's something I developed from my childhood
Okay.
and also experience while growing up with some relationship that I had before meeting her. So,
Okay.
I think I've experienced relationship that there's no good communication,
Okay.
and with her it wasn't that way. The
Okay.
communication level is very
Cordial.
seamless.
Yeah, okay.
Like we communicate and we understand each other very
Okay.
well. So, and I think the very extra thing is because my mom she's a very hot woman.
Okay.
And with all my experience with my parents, I always say that my dad is always the very cool one.
Wow.
So I kind of developed that mindset that women are always on this high side,
Okay.
where you as a man to really
Get the
make
best of them.
peace in the relation, you
Yeah.
need to be very gentle
calm.
and calm too, because like just women have like their circle.
Okay.
So I think sometimes some men don't really understand when their partner is in their time of circulation. So all this time there are things that can easily
Infuriates
irritate.
them. Yeah.
So if you know how to do what to do at that time, you are just
Last question before I come to her. Have
Yeah.
you worked with any foreign person closely, not distant, closely, that gives you an edge that makes you realize, okay, there's a way I can communicate with these people that I would enjoy their relationship?
Actually, I've worked in that class of where people of different educational background, like people that are skilled in the UK, and
Okay.
so I kind of have understanding about how things are done in the Western ways.
Okay.
A little bit more,
Okay.
not all, but so when we came into the relationship together, I tend to learn more about the Western culture.
Because the way you communicate and the way you allow a contribution,
Yeah.
or let me say a perception,
And answer questions.
Yeah, it's as if you're always ready to get some things from her.
Yes.
You understand? Then, do you want to ask a question?
My own question is, when you talk about food, how you eat, Africa, your foods are different. How do you cope? Because I see her eating amala and all that. How do you do that?
Yes. In the beginning, it was very difficult because even in Korea, I'm a very health conscious person.
Wow.
I don't take too much oil. I mainly eat vegetables, fruits. Even I don't like to eat white, pure rice. I like brown rice, brown bread, whole wheat bread, all these kind of things. But when I came here, I was left with no choice. A lot of pepper,
Spicy.
fried, everything fried.
Right, yeah.
Yes, and that's like very bad for your health. But then he, as much as he's so willing to change, adapt, and compromise,
Yeah.
he learned. He's also always cooking in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So he managed to cook the way I can enjoy it too. Yeah. So
What Korean food can you eat confidently without?
Confidently, kimchi, rice, Korean soup, doenjang chicken,
You're already confusing me.
bibimbap,
yeah.
bibimbap, and rice ball,
Mm.
and Korean chicken also.
Yeah.
Yeah, Korean chicken with sauce, and the sandwich,
Kimbap.
sandwich with green spring pancake.
Oh, pajan.
Pajan,
Yeah,
pajan,
yeah.
also, yeah.
Oh,
Okay, so which part of Nigerian food do you enjoy?
Exactly. I
most?
want to ask that too.
I think I don't like Nigerian food. I like Victor's food.
Oh,
Oh.
I like it.
So I like jollof rice he cooks.
The way he cooks it.
Yes, without Maggi,
Oh.
without too much oil.
Oh.
Oh.
We have to incorporate different spices.
Maybe because of you, he's been able
Yeah.
to create something that he knows you
Yeah.
will be able to adapt to.
Yes.
that's beautiful.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Beans
That's
and plantain.
Beans and
Dodo. Yeah.
Dodo,
My
yeah.
favorite.
Yeah, you in the video I watched that you did with Vanguard, you said you mentioned one Igbo name. How
Or
come?
Ifeanyi Chukwu.
Ifeanyi
Ifeanyi
Chukwu.
Chukwu.
Yeah.
You are married to a Yoruba, you say
Yeah.
you are fine Chukwu.
It's Nigeria. She
Yeah.
doesn't. Then another thing I want to ask, please. Now, you are speaking Nigerian languages as if.
Oh.
How did you get? You guys are amazing. You know why you guys are amazing me? Why I really brought you to this show is this. You see, the way you guys are, it's as if you guys are prepared for this thing before. What's going on?
Yes.
Oh, prepare for this.
Yeah, you are adapting to Nigeria as if you are from Nigeria. The only thing is just your color and your. I don't know. You are interested in Nigerian language and you are speaking it. Even some of us in Nigeria here cannot speak some of those languages. You
Wow.
easily. Yeah.
Really?
So the intention and the balance gives a notion as if I've been prepared
Yeah.
for this all the while. What's going on?
I think in relationship there's so much dynamics that we cannot really explain. But the big part that made us be able to be together is our personal traits.
Okay.
I'm someone that really likes to learn. I'm a very curious
And
person.
I think it's too.
He's too.
Yeah.
I like to ask questions. He likes to answer questions. He likes curiosity. He always also want to know what is this food? What is this? What does this mean? So we are very good, compatible in this sense.
Yeah.
So I think these kind of values should be the same in relationships.
Exactly.
Food, all these things doesn't have to be the same. You can manage, but these kind of values and personal traits cannot be really compromised. So because we are a very curious person, everywhere I went, if I go to Canada, I spoke like Canadian.
Okay.
If I was in Hong Kong, I was blending with Hong Kong people.
Okay.
And then when I came here, Africa was very undiscovered place from the rest of the world, especially Korean. So to someone as curious as me, it was overwhelmingly interesting. And I think Yoruba,
having to discover that this is
Yeah.
not true.
Yes,
Is this
it's
what
also
they're
true.
talking? You
Yes.
understand?
Yes.
Yeah.
and I also see what human is. Like outside is too developed for us to see human to human. But in Nigeria, in Africa, we see human to human. I see more of those underlying human basic interactions or
Okay.
behaviors,
Okay.
and that really excites me because I hate too much digitalizations and all these social media. Even if we are content creators,
Yeah.
that's also something we are trying to avoid, to become too addicted to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to ask. Has there ever been an interactive, a kind of interaction from the outside, maybe people around that, makes you feel, no, this is excessive? That maybe somebody comes to you and the way they are behaving, I can't accommodate this.
Oh,
Maybe a
Because
neighbor,
Nigerian-
maybe a co-worker, maybe someone, a fan. There are people that just say,
Yeah.
and they want to jump
Oh.
on you like that. Have you ever experienced something like that makes you,
Oh.
this is going excessive and you want to, like from Nigeria?
I think the only time is when they are touching me outside, even if when we are walking together and like webo and they just suddenly grab
That's
me.
Nigeria.
Yes. So
They like touchy. There's one video you did about someone was touching you, was trying to. So I think it was the one I was saying. That's how they do. I watched the video. See that some guys were dancing with you. There's a video you did some time ago. Maybe they were too touchy. I can't remember the video. And you were calm. You were not.
But I think it also depends on my mood. If my mood is good, it doesn't really affect me because I
Right.
think I'm also a dramatic person.
Oh, okay.
If I was in their position, I would do exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm a very lively, dramatic, excited person.
That's
So
a-
I
that's a-
understand it.
That's a good one. Brother Victor, I want to ask you a question. Now, I want to ask, I'm married. I know what marriage is about.
Yeah.
And I know that there's what we call love language.
Yeah.
What's your love language? When your wife is angry or she's not pleased with what you did or something happened or something outside of your relationship infuriates her, what are the things you say to her that calms her down or keeps her on,
My love language to her is word of affirmation, reassurance, and also physical touch. Even though she might not welcome it when she's angry and I want to talk, baby, she will just. But everything will add up to be working together because I guess in some relationship, people when they are angry, they just abandon the talk. So communication is first because we try as much as possible to always talk. We turn every stone. We never let anything slide. We
Yeah.
turn every stone to be on the same page, and we never sleep getting angry over each other.
Yeah. Then I want to ask you a question. You said something about when you started, it was not so straight,
Yeah.
like that. What differences created that gap, or that unexpected cut that made you?
I think the one standard is very different.
Okay.
Even though I didn't know her when we met. I didn't know much about her, but we just met on the beach, and that day we started from there. So by the time I get to know her, I discovered that she's working with Samsung,
Okay.
and I'm working with Landmark. So
Okay.
if you compare the company itself, it's
It's
not.
There's a huge
And
difference.
also,
The
when you talk
salary.
about the salary, the salary is like very different. So,
Yeah.
but one thing that surprised us so much then was like anytime she come, I'm always prepared to entertain her and all these things. Like, then she'll be like, this guy, how much are you even collecting? What is your salary that
I
you're
did not
buying
say
all
that.
these drinks? Maybe you tell me.
But I was thinking.
Oh, you told me later.
Really?
Yeah, you said it. Like, where do you even get money to buy all those drinks that time?
Oh, I think, yeah, that was my way of appreciating.
Yeah.
Because
You're surprised that even
Yeah.
though you don't have much, you're ready to spare what you have.
Yes.
So, yeah.
All right. So another thing I will ask is this: you guys are so much into God. Are you religious?
Yes.
From Korea or from Nigeria?
I was born again in Nigeria.
Oh.
Yeah, so I haven't been long.
Okay.
Yes.
So what made you decide you want to follow God?
Oh.
You
It
didn't do that when you were in
was-
Korea. Was it?
No.
Was it a environmental influence?
That's also true because everything worked together. My sister, first of all, she became Christian like 5 years before me,
Alright.
and she always sent me messages like Bible verses. I told her don't send it to me again. I'm not gonna read it, but she will send it every day.
Oh,
I think that was also affecting me gradually.
okay.
And then in the workplace, my colleague called Ayo, he was someone that always comforts me when I'm tired, when I'm so exhausted, I'm so stressed. He would always tell me, preach me with Bible verses like you'll be okay. God is with you. You'll meet Him soon. So he's someone who also always works with one earphone with a sermon.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was like a office pastor.
Okay.
Yeah, he I think also in a way affected me, and Christianity is very big here, and I think the environment also affected also.
Yeah. So, Brother Victor, what about you? Did she influence you to walk deeply into church, or from your background it has been like that?
Actually, I came from a Christian background.
Okay.
And I'm also someone that value God so much because during the experience of life, I've seen the effect of prayer, what prayer have done for me, and during some difficult challenges, how I've run to God, and especially when I became a believer first. There was a time that I was lost. Let me not go deeply, but I came to in alignment with God, and I really see the joy and the goodness in serving God. So yeah, I'm a very good Christian actually.
Can you say your spirituality has had an influence on your relationship?
Yeah, actually, because when we first met, she didn't believe in Christ. She just said, I just believe there's something there in the sky.
That controls
You know?
the world.
Yes.
That controls the world. But
I don't know what it is.
I usually pray every morning. Even then, my prayer irritates her somehow.
Every 7 a.m.
You know? She'll be like, this prayer. So I some point I want to adjust to not praying, but I feel like this thing is not something that you can take away from me.
Okay.
So I started praying that God take her heart to them. One day she followed me to church. We are staying on the island there, so we went to House on the Rock, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the first church we attended in Nigeria, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so we gradually going to church together and hearing the word of the God, and so she actually became a Christian too. And our sister was so happy because she has been fighting for like 3 years.
I'm sure that will also endear the sister to you and say, man, for you to
Yeah.
have been able to win my sister's heart to God, then you are the guy. Have you?
Yeah, even our colleagues, our ex-colleague in Samsung, they always like, you try you because everybody know how to be somebody that just believe that something is up there.
Up there. With an object
Yeah.
over there that controls.
I also want to say that, my perception or maybe my belief, I see that in Nigeria, because most of the time, I don't know if you've observed, if most Nigerians, if they go abroad, they tend to forget about God.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know.
I have people like that when they get abroad.
Oh.
Now, because they believe that the only reason why they are close to God is because they need.
Yes. That's something I really disagree with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also disagree
It
with it too.
irritates me.
It irritates me too. You know what?
Yeah.
You know why I said it's not. It's a general thing. I've seen people from Nigeria. You see them abroad. They say, all your pastors are lying to you. Whereas most of us here, it's not because we're not going to church because of what God can. Like me, I'm not going to church because of what God can do for me. I believe God has been with me, even if there's nothing, He's still with me. But you see, you get abroad, you can, you get free life,
Get a
get a
job,
job,
everything.
you get infrastructure,
Something
you get
can
development,
come.
everything is working.
Yeah.
So why do you need God?
So
You can't.
is it that
So
you
our
need-
kind of prayers is God give me, God do this, God do. But abroad, all those things you are praying to God to do for you,
that
or you pray to
already
God
in
to bring
place.
light. It's already in place. So why do you need God?
Oh.
You understand what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? So now, my understanding of everything is this now, that you are from Korea and everything is working, and the system is working for you. Does that also have a way of making people to believe that, okay, maybe there's no need for God?
No, that's why the Christianity in Korea was more deep and speaking to my heart than Nigerian Christianity. That's why I even didn't really want to go to Nigerian churches. Actually, before House on the Rock, I went to 2 churches and they were all about miracles and like a blind will suddenly open their eyes,
nice.
and that was too. It happens,
Dramatic.
but it was too dramatic and it was too miracle based. Like
Okay.
we want a change of life overnight.
Yeah.
Because there are things that we have to do, and then God does it in the course of life. There is things that we are responsible for also.
Yeah.
So in my country, even if there is everything available, so the prayer is more about let God do His will on me. We don't
Exactly.
pray what we need.
Yeah.
So that's why also when I see him praying in the past, I complain to him all the time. Can we stop praying about your family or our relationship or our finance? Can we start praying for Nigeria? Can we start praying for the world? Because that's what I learned in my country, right?
Yeah.
But then, since I joined Elevation Church, I really love this Mensa, Pastor Mensa. He talked about it, about this problem of African Christianity.
Mentality, exactly,
Yes.
exactly.
So he also heard it,
Yeah.
and now our prayer also includes prayer for this country.
Exactly. And it has changed.
Yes.
Yeah, the fire stopped.
Yeah. There is still fire,
No longer
but
Always fire.
there is fire, but
No. The thing is, you see, I like the way I watched so many of your videos. Then I also see you in church. I see you in church the way you do. Now I
He's
understand.
always serving.
Yeah, you're serving. Why are you serving? Why did you decide to serve? Why so not just serving? You're passionate about it,
because Bible said I should do it.
and are you
You
happy
need to
about
listen
it?
to the word of God.
Are you happy about it? Is it from your heart?
I think so, because
Don't you feel pushed?
No, I'm
Okay.
somebody that likes to help too much.
Okay,
So even before I became a believer,
all right.
I was somebody who's concerned more about other people than myself.
Okay.
So when I turned Christianity, it didn't really feel foreign to me.
Oh.
It was natural
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
thing for a Christian to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then helping people, you are passionate about it.
Yes.
So it helps you to be able to give your best job. Brother Victor, you can we get a view about how you get to this point? Your life, the kind of job you're involved in, then the kind of things that you believe that naturally wouldn't have happened if not for God being in your life.
Yeah, actually, I think if I could share, I can say my parents, both father and mother, their background are not Christianity.
Okay.
So as a Yoruba, we have the traditional. So in my both families, what um, the tradition they endure, they practice more is the what's it called? Local tradition.
Okay.
So
Shango and all those
yeah,
things.
masquerade and all these things. But I grew up to see my parents as the believer, which I also experienced some difficulties they faced
Okay.
because they choose to be a Christian, some kind of real fight, because they feel you know, I think those family then, those people that are involved, they feel like they have a covering over them, which is
Okay.
more than them. So yeah, since then I started building myself, my prayer life. And because even the community that I grew up, it's very hard for you to hold on to God
Okay.
because there is a lot of distraction for young adults growing. So you need to, uh, you probably will have had some experience for you to realize that this is the way. And according to Jesus, he loved the soul of the sinner more than the ones that are saved. So I believe I'm someone that God has revived. I'm a lost sheep that God has found. And with my experience, I get to know that when you believe in God, you love God, everything will come in alignment for you. Even though some things require planning, but once you have a passion to pray, to take action, God is going to pave your way, and everything will happen miraculously for those that believe in Him. So, yeah, that is my take.
All right. So you want to say something?
I, to wrap it up, I want to ask, what's your advice to others out there who are intending to go into intermarital relationships?
You want to go first?
What's your advice?
You can go first.
Actually, my advice is for anyone that is aspiring to go into a relationship, either international, interracial, or even like your kind,
Yeah.
you need to discover yourself first.
Sure.
Make sure to know yourself to the level of, so you don't affect the person you are going to, that is supposed to be your life partner, because a lot of youth miss it because they don't find themselves here. They just want to be in a relationship. And you need to know what you want before you go into a relationship. And also, communication also is very important to do. You need to be able to communicate anytime, for any reason, and also be willing to learn, because you are not going to be the same person you are when you are alone and the same person into a relationship. You need to make some adjustment to balance your relationship life.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Renee, would you like to answer that question too?
Yes. So for me, I think just today's the Pastor Garman said conflict. Resolving conflicts is very, very important.
important.
Even if it is the smallest conflict, we say we just close our eyes and just let it pass, but it will never disappear by itself. We have to talk it through. And unfortunately, in the beginning, what caused the most of the conflict between ourselves was because the past relationships he had didn't encourage him to talk, didn't encourage him to communicate, didn't encourage him to be open. So he thought, I'm the same person. So he will just
Keep them to himself.
yes, and he will not open it up. So then I will not stop there. I will keep digging in. I will, I will, I will push him until he opens his mouth. So then it was a lot of confliction in the beginning, but then he actually discovered himself that he's actually also a very communicational person. So we adapted to each other, and now, even if there's a smallest issue, we will always resolve it. Yeah.
Victor, what is the biggest reward or what's it called? What's the biggest thing you've gotten that you could say this is a union made from heaven? that
think-
has encouraged you to want to go on no matter what?
I think it's kind of personality.
Okay.
She's a very sweet and soft soul, and she sometimes the way she pay attention to everything around me makes me feel like
You feel safe, yeah.
this is an angel sent by God to
By
me.
God.
Sometimes I used to ask her if she's not mommy water.
What is that?
Maybe
You don't know what's
man-made.
called Miami water?
A
Man-made.
mermaid.
Like a man-made that come
That's called-
from the sea, because I met her on the beach.
Oh.
Maybe she just pop out from
Yeah.
the ocean. She doesn't seem to be like a human being, because she's so sweet, so kind.
No,
Even
sometimes
though
I'm
she
very
might-
dramatic.
Yeah, you are dramatic for a reasonable thing, and
Yeah.
there's difference between being dramatic but not being able to express your outfelt in a very respectful way. So, and she's this kind of person that whenever we resolve issue, I'm the first person to always say sorry,
Yes.
but she always find a reason to also say, okay, sorry. Though she was the one that actually get angry, so I'm the position to say, okay, baby, I'm sorry you felt this way. Then she also come back, I'm so sorry you also felt this when I screamed. So it's one reward for me, because I've been in a relationship that my partner never say, my ex, then she never say sorry for, she never apologized for anything. So
Oh.
even though when she's wrong, she doesn't seem to see her own wrongdoing. So that makes me feel like this is actually the person for me.
I want to ask Ren, I'll ask you the same question. What's your dream?
Dream.
Yeah.
Our dream. We sometimes talk about it as Christian couple.
So you know our dream?
Yeah.
Or you know his dream too?
Yeah.
That's a
Okay,
good
tell me
think
about
our-
it. Tell me about it, then he will tell me about you.
He wants to be able to improve himself in a way he can impact the youth, especially the youth, because he used to also be in the same situations.
Okay.
He wants to discover those lost souls and make positive impact in their life, because that's also what God wants us to do.
Okay, that's
Is
a
it
good one.
correct?
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's a good one. I would have clapped for you. So what about do you know our dream?
And
Let-
Yeah. She's someone that likes to live a very simple, natural life.
It's obvious.
She doesn't like too glamorous stuff, and she always wants us to have like a village house, a
Oh
farmhouse.
my God.
And she's someone that is also passionate about transforming people's life.
Okay.
She cares for people so much, and her love for humanity is something I admire a lot. So she's this kind of person that puts people's problem on her own, and she forget her own issue entirely. She can go to any level to help, to comfort people, to understand how they feel, what they are going through. And yeah, so our dream is somewhat, she has this kind of, can I share too?
I'm crying. Share.
Okay, so one biggest dream she have is transforming any community that we have, either in Nigeria. She has the dream, even though we are in Nigeria or any country we find ourselves, she wants to build a school
Wow.
Okay.
to teach young kids and educate them, especially in Africa, about the outside world, and also some moral lesson which is missing in our society.
She's crying.
Oh.
Oh.
Because I even cried like the other day. We went to the beach
Yeah.
at night. This beach, what is it?
Yeah, they own, because let's say Elegushi, it's Elegushi.
Elegushi Beach.
Yeah,
Okay.
and there are a lot of young people, hungry young people.
Oh.
And then we went there with just few slices of bread and fried yam.
Fried yam.
Yeah.
But,
And then like 15, 20 people came and surrounded us, and it was quite aggressive.
yeah, they're asking for money too.
Yeah, too much. And then in the beginning I thought I was, and then I suddenly burst into cries. And they just like opened way for me. Sorry, please don't cry, don't cry. But then I was crying because I was irritated in a way, to be honest. But I was also feeling so sorry for them. Why are they in the situation? I don't want to say Nigeria is not a good country for them, but they could have been bigger than what they are. They
Yeah.
could have done something you like
Better
meaningful
with
for
their
them.
life. Yes.
So if we can change, if we can just impact 10 or 20 of them, it's still a meaningful life.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so
I'm glad,
much.
I when I decided I was going to have you guys here, I know what I was doing. You guys online, it's more, content creators we have now, they are more of, bringing out negative pictures about themselves, about humanity, and also. But what you guys bring out is beyond that. You bring out humanity. I see your interactions with people. Kind of want to bring the best out of people, and also trying to portray some good cultures, And so, if not that I'm married, I've been thinking of going to Korea to get a wife.
No,
you know.
not
So,
Korea. Not every
Not
Korean is
Korean,
like me,
actually.
like cool like this.
Yeah.
oh,
She's
you
just
your projection, your projection is so natural. It's so,
Yeah.
it's so giving.
Yeah.
So giving that one will want to say, okay, I just need to get to this place. So then I would want to ask you a question as we begin to round up. Now, if you had the opportunity of bringing up children, would you like the Nigerian environment or the Korean environment? And why?
I feel sorry to say about Korean environment.
Okay.
Because there are just too much unnecessary pressure
Okay.
and
Around here.
yeah, and unnecessary struggles.
Okay.
Data, electricity. You just imagine there is a children they wants to read book at night, but there is no electricity. It's really sad. So, but then Korea can also be very toxic because there is too much competition. You always have to compare with one another.
Okay.
But I would like them to have at least basic infrastructure ready for them to be able to do what they want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you guys discussed about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've discussed. And what did you say to that?
I agree with that because when we analyze it, there is disadvantage and advantage. So,
Okay.
in a very sincere way,
Yeah.
the advantages of raising kids in Korea is more than Nigeria.
Okay.
In as much that I want them to also have to know, experience
Their
some of
roots,
our culture
yeah.
here, but still there are some things that is going on in our society that have become norms
Okay.
that is not encouraging to raise kids
Okay.
in this kind of environment.
If they later tell you they want to have a taste of Nigeria, would you allow
Bring
them?
them back.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Then
Yeah.
what about you?
Yes.
You would want to come to Nigeria?
I don't want them to even live in Korea for too long because it's too competitive. I want them to grow up to be who they are.
Okay.
Yeah, without feeling like I need to look certain way, I need to be certain way because
Okay.
that's quite strong in my country.
Okay.
And I don't even mind coming back to Nigeria with the children when they've had the
The
taste
necessary
of
basic
development. Yeah.
upbringing. I think it's
Yeah.
okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Sorry. Then let me the last lap of it. How did you discover Elevation Church?
Actually, that was
You can say it.
yeah. Actually, for me, I've known Elevation Church
Okay.
as a Nigerian because due to my line of work, I
Okay.
work with different media bodies. So,
Okay.
in I think like 1 or 2 events, I've attended Elevation Church, 3 events, but I didn't know I'm going to end up serving in Elevation Church. So, I was born from a celestial background,
Okay.
which she is against the
The
practice.
doctrines.
Yeah, the
Doctrines.
doctrines.
of Celestial.
I had to
Of
fight this
Celestia.
one too.
So we have to fight it. But because I'm in the line of my work also, I'm very flexible because I've worked with different churches. I've worked
Okay.
with House on the Rock, part of their media team,
Okay.
and
NSPPD.
NSPPD also. I've worked with
Jerry
different
is
kind
here.
of churches. So I kind of have a mixture of every. So there's no church that I can, even if I'm on the island, I go to House on the Rock. So, but I've not really set up myself to serve in a church like Elevation Church. So, a sister during the course of knowing me, so a sister also disliked the doctrine of Celestia then. So she came in agreement that she has a friend which is like a sister to her, Ellen. So she attended Elevation Church. So then her sister in Korea now said, okay, for her to really believe that I'm truly a good Christian, she will appreciate if we can attend this church that Ellen attend. Like, she has already read about the church, she knows about the church. So we are just in our house here when we came. We married this year in
Okay.
March.
That's
So
a good one.
then which church are we going to go? We started searching, and we found out that Elevation is just like 3 minutes drive away from us. So we tried for the first time, and we
No, I persuaded you.
oh, it wasn't that difficult, baby. I didn't.
Yes.
It wasn't. It's not
It
like
was like it
I'm
was already
sure-
on your mind.
Yeah.
So immediately she brought it
Oh.
up,
Yeah.
you decided to take
Yeah.
it up. Yeah. It's a good one. It's a good one. Then finally, I would want you to say something to the people out there, especially you, Rennie. If you have the opportunity of talking to Nigerians, then if you also have the opportunity of talking to Koreans, those two. First of all, talk to
Yes.
Nigerians. Then
Your-
about
your
talk to
in-laws.
Nigerians
Oh my God.
about their projections. Then secondly, talk to your people about Nigerians.
Oh, okay. So to Nigerians about Koreans,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Well, to Nigerians, they love Korean so much. I've discovered the love for Korean culture is huge in this country. Yes. So thank you so much. But not every Korean is cool like me. That's just one thing. but well, as much as you love Korean culture, I hope that you will not stop there, but you will continue maybe benefiting from your love for Koreans. That's just it, because that another sister that also loves Korean culture. Usually they just stop from a place where, oh, I like Korean drama, I like Korean food, but then they don't go further, because going further can actually create a lot of opportunities.
Okay.
And to Koreans about Nigerians, living in Nigeria is not like what you think. And having access to everything doesn't make your life better than the other. Yes, so it's good to be open-minded and watch our videos to see it's not like 24-hour Wi-Fi or transportation everywhere, very accessible, that makes your life full and meaningful. But you can find a meaning in your life wherever you go, as long as you stay open-minded and you don't judge from your own perceptions. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Victor,
you.
what did you say about to Nigerians about Koreans? Then what would you say to Nigerians also about Koreans about Nigeria, like your in-laws?
Yeah.
What would you tell them about Nigeria? Their perception about Nigerians. You're unique, so tell them about Nigeria.
Actually, to Nigerians, I would like to say, it's not every white people that are oyinbo, and it's not everyone that is in interracial relationship are scammers,
Yeah.
because there is a lot of wrong perspective out there. Whenever we are outside, people will say, "Oh,
Ó ti gbóyìnbó wá.
Oyelegbe
Just
client
brought
here,
in
wá
the
ni."
client.
He
Yes.
just brought his
Client.
Yahoo victim, and most of all these things really don't encourage people, like female outside there, foreigners that want to fall in love with one brother. It might be your own brother also, that has that destiny. If you keep portraying this picture outside, we will end up looking at, all of us will be scammers. We are all called scammers actually, because I also face that same discrimination from close
Have
friends,
you ever
from
been
colleagues.
stopped by anyone?
Oh,
to
police.
say yes, police?
Many
Oh,
times.
yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
many
Yeah.
times. Police. They will even check my phone.
But it's quite understandable, because there is a lot of scammers in this
Yeah,
country.
yeah. There's
it's
a lot
quite
of them.
understandable.
There's a lot
So
of them.
and yeah, so that's my take for Nigerians. And all Koreans are actually Koreans are very lovely, even though their culture is very conservative. So I will say to Nigerians lastly that whenever you see an Asian person outside there, instead of saying oyinbo or chinko chinko, just say hello, where are you from? Because some of them might be from China, Japan. So you really can't know the difference if you are not close to them. So it's something they will also appreciate if you can tell them, welcome to Nigeria, what's your name? Not just saying chon 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 chon. That really annoys me. So lastly, to Koreans, I would like to tell you that Nigeria is very beautiful. We have beautiful people here. We know there is always bad eggs in the society. There are always bad people, depending on the background and the upbringing. So there are quite a lot of people, sweet people, men and women here. So if you are lucky to fall in love with one of my brothers or sister, you won't regret it. Nigeria is very safe.
Yeah.
As far as you trust the person you're dating, you know this person very well. And to also every foreigner, actually, Americans,
German,
German,
Europe.
Yeah.
anywhere you're from, Nigerians, Africans especially, we have sweet men. It's a secret. Don't let our women hear. We have sweet men, that are good, kind, and yeah, I'm definitely sure you are not going to regret if you take the right step by approaching your relationship through God's guidance and His direction. Yeah. Thanks so much.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm
Victor.
grateful. I'm grateful. I'm
Yes,
grateful. Thank you, Renee, for coming. Thank you, Victor.
Thank you for
You
You
having
guys
us.
are
so
wonderful.
much
It's our
for coming.
pleasure.
Yeah, I'm so happy that you fulfilled the invitation, and I'm glad I have you here. I would want you to help me talk to people. Let them follow us on YouTube, on Instagram. My
Yes.
YouTube is at Jesus Friends TV on
Jesus Friends
YouTube.
TV.
Then Instagram is at Anvil's World.
This word.
So
Yeah.
please encourage them if they want to get relationship
do?
tips.
Yeah. Hi, people. My name is Victor, and this is my partner Renee. We are both baby.
Yes, sweetie.
Yeah, so please do follow Jesus Friends TV on YouTube. Subscribe, and for all our viewers on YouTube that are on live video right now, please on this live video we are going to drop a comment.
Yeah.
Mention the page. Please follow the channel. Subscribe to watch our episode, and you can also share with someone that these words, these experiences might help also. And thank you guys for staying. Thank you for the love and support. To all the Jesus Friends TV, we appreciate you for the love, for your encouragement. We thank you for growing with us and always staying connected. We thank you so much. You
Thank
guys
you.
means a lot. There's no you without us. We
Exactly.
cannot watch this thing alone.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. It's a great meeting today. I appreciate for all you that joined us live on Instagram, and on this edition. It's a wrap, but I want you to live with something that being you is the biggest that you can ever be. You heard what Victor said. He was himself, and he developed himself. He decided, if it's not always very easy to become what can make you a great person. It's not very easy. But you see, the best decision you can make is just to be yourself. Don't try to be like every other Nigerian. Don't try to be like that, your brother or your friend. Be yourself. Develop yourself. You don't know what is coming. When opportunity comes, you would have to show yourself. You are not going to show that brother by your side or that sister by your side. You're going to show who you are. And that is what you need to understand. And majorly also, I want to appreciate Renee. Thank you for coming to Nigeria, and thank you for believing in us. We will not disappoint you. I'm so confident of my brother Victor. The kind of things he says he does, and the way he behaves also makes me confident of that. And I'm praying for you guys. You're going to enjoy your relationship. The Lord will bless you in all ramification.
Amen.
You fulfill purpose. Those things that are the cries of your heart, the Lord will answer. And the Lord will make the journey smooth for you.
Amen.
Whatever time you have
Amen.
challenges, you will always overcome.
Amen.
Whatever challenges, wherever it's coming from, you will overcome.
Amen.
And also for you that are out there, I want you to know that whatever challenge you are going through, it's going to be over. There is morning, there is
Amen.
noon, and there is night.
Yes.
This may be night for you, but the morning is coming very soon. Your relationship will work. You may have delay in getting married. You may have delay in getting a partner, but you are about to be engaged in Jesus' name.
Amen.
And whatever challenges you're facing from your partner, know this, the Lord will sort everything out. But
Amen.
please don't stay in an abusive marriage. Don't stay there. Don't stay there until you're killed. You understand? Go and watch our episode on domestic violence, the right approach. You will get to know what we're talking about. When there's domestic violence, there's a right approach to it. Please take advantage of it and let yourself, God wants you to be alive more than he wants you to be in that marriage. It's very important, and the Lord will bless you in Jesus' name. Please go online and get my book, Assumption, the Enemy of Sincere Love. Very important. Go and read that book on assumption. And also you can follow us on Instagram at Anvil's World and also at Jesus Friends TV. You can also subscribe to our YouTube page at Jesus Friends TV, just like you heard from Victor. You can follow, you subscribe on Jesus Friends. Then Facebook, just go and follow me on Facebook at Anvil's World, at the Anvil's Church, at the Anvil's Church. That is our Facebook page. Sometimes I used to tell people that you are online, you're watching different kind of videos. Take time to build yourself. Most of the good things I've done to myself, I've been able to achieve in life, I got them online. Don't just go and watch anyhow video. Watch educative videos, and the Lord will bless you in Jesus' name. It's a great time
Amen.
with you. Maybe, let's say in the next 1 month, we're coming back to you again. And this time around, we're going to do a review of all our videos, and also we're going to be talking about all your comments on our YouTube. So please send your comments both on our YouTube and Instagram, and I'm going to respond to all of them next month. God bless you. See you later. Bye.